guys, it's me, Cody. Welcome to CodiKnits podcast. This is episode 30. Oh, thank you. This is Diamond. She says hello and sends lots of kisses. Silly girl. So, anyway, thank you all for joining me today. Like I said, this is CodiKnits podcast episode number 30. This is a podcast about knitting and spinning and some other crafty things sometimes. Yeah, that kind of thing. So, you can find me on YouTube as CodiKnits Podcast. You can find me on Ravelry as CodiKnits, and we have a CodiKnits Podcast Ravelry group, which you're welcome to come and join. And you can find me on Instagram as nurse_Cody, and Cody is Codi. So, a lot's been happening in the last couple of weeks, or for how long it's been. Things are, I don't know what they are right now. But anyway, I'll talk a little bit more about that. But since this is a yarny goodness podcast about knitting, etc., let's get started. So I'm just grabbing a couple of things so I don't forget what I was going to do. Hopefully. So, I have 2 discharged projects. 2. I actually have 3, but one of them I can't show you. And I'll tell you that story in a minute. First thing is this scarf. This is called the 3-round scarf by Carissa McClinton. It's in the 101 One Skein Wonder crochet project that I ran out of yarn. Well, the wonderful Codi from Crafting with Codi, you should, if you don't know her YouTube channel, you should go check it out. She has like a show and tell podcast where she shows what she's been working on and all that fun stuff. She knits and she crochets and does some tutorials, and she's a really sweet girl, and I really enjoy her podcast a lot. And she, I told her that I ran out of this Vanna's Choice purple yarn, and I didn't have the ball band, but I knew it was Vanna's Choice, but I didn't know what color. And she said she thought she had the perfect one, and I got it, and it was the exact yarn, perfect match. Can't even tell the difference. And this is done. It's a pretty long scarf. It's probably maybe 5 feet long. Maybe not that long. I don't know. Not really good. 4 or 5, maybe 4. Anyway, it's long. My chair keeps turning. So, but yeah, it's cute. I still need to wash it, but yeah, I'm sure I'll finding someone to give that to. Maybe I can save it for Christmas. Unless someone wants to buy it, I'd sell it, but I think it's cute. It really didn't take that long either, but I would I would make sure you have 2 skeins of this, and you can knit a hat to match it. Probably get a hat and this out of it. So that was that. I have another one. I'm excited about these. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen these because I like to post them, but I have my socks done. And these sock blockers, well, I just have one of them. One sock blocker. I don't know why I say these, but they're really too small. But, yeah. But anyway, this is it. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn, and I use the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern. Sorry for the light. Let me see. It's really gray out today. Overcast. Let's turn that on to see if that helps a little. That's a little. Um, and it's in like I have the door open actually. It's in the 60s, like 65 or so. It's really nice. It's actually been pretty cold here. Staying in the 50s. Late the past few days. So I'm definitely ready for the cooler weather the warm weather to come out. But anyway, it feels like we're actually having a spring this year. Anyway, just to prove that I have two. I still haven't washed these, but I will. I just haven't yet. I've been doing other things, which I'll talk about later. The other thing is, I knit myself a barley hat out of this beautiful yarn. It's a very loose 2-ply, and what is I can't remember the name of it. It's 100% alpaca. Sorry, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, and I've really enjoyed knitting it. And my grandmother and my dad came over to my place yesterday, and I'll go into some more of that in a little bit. But to make a long story short, I was showing it to her, and she's like, "Ooh, I really like that." And she put it on, and it fit her perfectly, so I said she could just have it. Now, I knit this for me for my birthday, because my birthday is at the end of this month, and, I wanted to participate in Codi from Crafting with Codi. She's having a knit along, and it's a birthday along kind of thing. I was like, well, I'm going to knit myself a hat for my birthday because I really like this yarn, and, I really wanted that hat. So anyway, I'm gonna knit another one because I really liked it. It was just a little bit too big for me, so it kind of works out, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna do it. It's in my to-do. So yeah, really had 3 finished or discharged projects. Workups. So my entrelac cashmere cowl, I haven't worked on it at all. For some reason, I don't know, I'm just not enjoying the entrelac stuff. Now, I do want the finished product, but so I will finish it and whatnot. But there's other things I've been wanting to knit, and so my thing is if you're, knit what you're enjoying and what you feel like knitting, because that's the whole point of it. I don't, shouldn't be miserable knitting something. So, let's see. So that one's that. My next one is my Late Frost Cowl. It's by Melissa Shoshway, something like that. And it's nearly finished, but I quit knitting on it for a reason. But it's made out of Barocco Vintage. It's 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. And the color is 5100. It's just white. This is relatively inexpensive yarn, but here it is. I think it's a gorgeous pattern. I love the yarn. It's soft and squishy, and I can't wait. It's going to be, it's good and plump. And when I wash it, it's going to smell good and probably plump up a little bit more. But that's that. And I only have this much left of the yarn, and I really don't think, the only thing left I have to do is the ribbing. So I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. And so that's kind of stopped me from knitting it at the moment, because I don't think it's going to be enough. But I will go get some more of that yarn soon to finish that up. Actually, it probably won't be soon. Probably be next month or something. So that's that. Now, I have cast on something else. And I am loving it. So one of my good friends is having a baby. And her baby shower is May 1st. And she has 2 twin girls, and she had another girl, and they're finally having a boy. So very excited, and I'm trying to knit some nice boy things. So I had 3 skeins of this Bernat soft baby. Is that what it is? Softy baby in gray mauve color. It's really soft, and it really actually feels more cottony than it does acrylic. It's 100% acrylic though, but it feels kind of like more like a cotton, whatever. The pattern is the flax. Let me get this thing. You're probably familiar with it, most likely. Flax by Tin Can Knit. If I can find it. It's one of these. Oh, duh, Codi. So, it's going to look like what this little guy's wearing. And this is a great pattern. It was free, which is why I could use it. But look at all these sizes it comes in. It's really, I think this is actually, well, you guys know I knit that one, but I call it the baby sweater of doom. I hated it. And yeah. So anyway, we won't go into that. But this is the actual, other than like the Mr. Bakery Bear sweater and a little baby where it's open right here. I've never knit a sweater. So everyone says this is a great pattern. It's really easy to understand, and it's making so much sense to me. And I love it. And I decided I want to knit a big one. So I figured, well, why not start with a small one, and then I can see whether or not I really like it enough to make a big one for me. And I do. But this is what I have so far. It's kind of hard to see because it's kind of scrunched up, but this is the neck. And I've been doing, it's knit on little bitty tiny needles. But this is how it's working up. And it has this neat little garter section for the sleeves and whatnot. But I've really liked this pattern. And I'm definitely going to, so it has raglan sleeves, so I've knit up to that where I'm supposed to separate for the sleeves next. Sorry, I have to answer this text message. I might not remember to edit this out. So, I apologize. But anyway, yes. So, I'm knitting this on, I cast it on, you have to use the smaller needles, and I use these US size 2 Knitter's Pride Nova. I love these needles. And I was really, really enjoying knitting this project on these needles. But then you have to switch to a bigger size. and it's a number 4 or 3.5 millimeter. And what I'm using are these clover, they're bamboo, which they're great, but it just isn't sliding across the needles as beautifully as it did on this. So, and I didn't have any others in this size with a 16-inch cable or whatever. So I could probably knit this a whole lot faster, and it would probably be a lot more enjoyable because it's really gripping on the bamboo. And I'm using these cute little puzzle pieces as my little stitch markers. These are fun because it's, gray and everything, and just a little bit of color and the kid, and it's just fun. So anyway, I'm loving this, and I can't wait to just keep knitting it. That's all I've done like the past since I've cast it on yesterday. That's all I've knitted on. I've also been working on a new design, and it's actually I'm having some issues with it because I've never written or anything a shawl pattern, but I'm turning my growing flowers cowl into a shawl, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna look really nice, I think, when I finish. Just drinking water. It's gonna be really nice when I finish, and I'm just working out some of the technicalities, and I really don't have a yarn that I really am wanting to knit it with, the end product. So right now I'm just knitting it using some Caron Simply Soft I just had laying around, and just to, you know, write out the actual pattern and, kind of get the overall feel and look for any kinks in the plan and all that, which I'm finding plenty of. So it may be a while before it comes out, but because I really want it to be a really good pattern, and I want it to have a couple of sizes. I want it to be written out word for word, line by line, I mean, and I want it to also be charted, and I'm also, since it's I'm gonna have two different versions of the written pattern part of it. There's going to be one that's like every single row is written out exactly what you need, and then there's going to be one for people who might not want that, and it's just going to be like repeat rows, like 1 through 4, you know, 20 times or something like that. You know what I mean? So that it's not as long. So people who are maybe more experienced in shawl knitting and things like that, you can do that. And a lot of times you can, once you get that pattern in your head, you know what to do. But sometimes, especially for people who are just, it's knitting one of their first shawls, it's nice to have every line written out. You can tick it off, you've done that, and and you don't have to keep the pattern memorized in your head, all that stuff. So I really want to do it like that, and I want to be able to have it downloadable. It's going to be as a PDF, but I'm going to have it so that if you want just the chart, you can just print that section. You don't have to print the whole thing or whatever, however you want. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to have some people test knit it, and I got to wait until I get a little bit more money, because I want to buy some really nice yarn to knit up the sample in for myself, and to have it to take good pictures with and everything. So yeah, maybe a while, but it's coming. But anyway, I'm not going to show you, but it's going to be very similar to the growing flowers cowl that I designed. Two admitted projects. So last time I showed you some that I got a whole basket full of scrap yarn, which I love. But I've knit or crocheted a whole bunch of new squares. I just wanted to give you a little peek at them. And this really is ugly blanket because I mean the colors don't match, and I'm not really doing the best job in the world at weaving in the ends or making sure that the little ridge here is actually poking up on the right side. Like here it is, and then on this side it's poking up on that side. But it's fun when I just want to sit there when I watch TV because I can crochet these little squares without looking pretty easily. So, but that's that. And then I have put a few more squares in my sock blanket so far. I've got this one, very lovely. And actually, these three from here to here, these came from the same mini skein. It was a big mini skein, and it was so if you can see, it kind of, and this color down here picks up with this color, and this color picks up with this color, and then it goes. I just love the colors so much. I wanted them all in the blanket, and so I knit the entire. I got all three of those out of that one mini skein, and I love it. I think those are so gorgeous. I kept a little tag. I can't remember what I do with it. Oh, here it is. Okay, I think it's Opal Surprise, I believe is the name of it. And I want to get a whole skein of this and make some socks because I believe it's a self-striping because of how wide the colors are. But I just love how it transitions into the next. I just loved it. And then here's this one. So now I have, it's 20 rows long this way, 20 rows, and then so I started back up here, and I'm gonna start working my way across, and till I get it how wide or whatnot. So yeah, I'm really enjoying knitting on this a lot. Next is spinning. I just wanted to show you a few things, or one thing really. My spinning. Gotten a pretty good amount done, but this is the first one, and this is the second. And you can tell my spinning is getting a lot smaller, a lot more consistent. These are both the same amount of grams, but this one's going to have much more yardage on it, even though it looks smaller. But I'm excited. I'm going to do one more. We'll have this much left. I'm going to do one more. I can't remember if these are 3 grams each, but I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to see about making it like a 3-ply or something like that. I don't know. I'll ask my friend Kirby. She's the one that taught me how to spin, and she got me this drop spindle. And so she says she has some ideas that how we can apply it together, and I'm super excited. That'll be so much fun. So I do have a few little newbies that I wanted to show you, and that's just patterns, and it's really kind of like a what I'm about to work on kind of thing. But so first one is the sock head hat. You're all familiar with, I'm sure. I'm going to be knitting one of those very soon for me. I'm excited. I told you I knit the barley hat, and I'm going to knit another one because the one that's supposed to be mine, your grandmother says she likes it. You give it to her, right? She's like 90 years old, so it's not like I have many more opportunities to give her things, you know. But this is the next one. It's called the Red Velvet Rose Wrap by from Expression Fiber Art. It's a crochet pattern, and I got it for free. I don't think it's free anymore, but I think I got it the last day that it was free, so I printed it off, and it's really pretty, and I will definitely buy some nice yarn to put for that and crochet it up for somebody. Y'all hear the dog? I have the door open, and then there's Billy Bob chirping death. Anyway, so I'm gonna go into kind of life update, and so if you're not really interested in that, then that's all for the yarny goodness. But yeah, like I said, the weather's been kind of chilly here. Billy Bob, so when my dad and my grandmother and my stepmom came yesterday, and you can probably tell that things are arranged a little bit differently now. And I had this big glass desk that I didn't want anymore, and some other things like that I just didn't. I was feeling really claustrophobic in here, and I felt like I wanted to open everything up. So I got rid of some stuff, and now things are a lot more open. You can see, right, oh, that's not working. Anyway, right there, that shelf is my bookshelf, and I moved all my yarn into those. You might be able to see that a little bit. And then my couch, it used to be kind of right here, angled this way. So I moved it up against the wall, opened this whole area up, and I moved. Billy Bob used to sit behind me, and now he's over in front of the window. Now that it's not so, I mean, it's a little chilly, but it's not so cold that I have to worry about him getting too cold. So I think I'm gonna need to find Billy Bob a girlfriend. I'm pretty sure he's a male. Because of what he is doing a lot lately. And I mean, a lot is an understatement. All the time. And the whole cage just shakes, and it's driving me nuts. And you know, I spend time with him and stuff, and let him out and hold him and everything, and he's sweet, but I think he needs a bird friend. But I don't know if I could handle two birds. But I mean, he is pretty messy, and you know, it does take money and things like that, and so it's gonna be sad. But I think I'm gonna go and find him someone who has one that, you know, would take good care of him, and that way he would have a friend. I don't know. I just feel bad for him. I mean, he's a lovebird. I guess I know why they're called lovebirds. Because that's... Anyway, we'll keep this PG. So yeah, anyway. Everything got moved around, and I like it a whole lot more. There's still a little bit of things I'm having to figure out where I want to put them and whatnot. because I have a little less storage space now and things like that. So yeah. So earlier this week, my uncle on my dad's side, the ones I go and see frequently, he was having a whole lot of chest pain and that kind of stuff, and he ended up having the two of his coronary arteries, the arteries that go actually supply blood to your heart, were 100% blocked. So he had a stent put into one, and the other one he's going to have bypass surgery to fix. And so that was scary. But he's fine. He's at home now, and whatnot, recovering from the where they put the stent in, and just taking it easy. It's odd because he doesn't have high blood pressure. His cholesterol levels, they were normal. They were on the high end of normal, but normal. You have two cholesterols now. You have your LDL, which we refer to as your lousy cholesterol, and then you have your HDL, and that's the ones that you want to be high. That's your good one. So if you have, so most people have, even like younger people, their HDL tends to be on the low side of normal, and but you want it to be higher because it counteracts it's kind of like it counteracts the low density cholesterol or whatever, the lousy kind that you don't want. So, but his so it's kind of a surprise, I guess. We weren't really, expecting that or whatever, and but he's okay. But I went after my dad came stopped by here, and I gave him that stuff. My dad sells a lot of stuff at like a flea market kind of thing. He I don't know, he gets like things from people and goes to a flea market, which is like a big giant kind of like a yard sale kind of thing where you buy secondhand things pretty cheap. So he'll go and he'll sell things like that or things that he likes, like that table, my desk. He'll probably keep that. I think my stepmom wanted to use it as their dining room table. That's how big it was, and which was great for when I was in school and needed to have 3 or 4 books spread out. But now I don't have that, and it was just taking up too much space, really. And and they just have a little small 1 bedroom apartment. So anyway, my dad took that, and then we went up to see my uncle, and um, my aunt made us. My grandmother came because she was worried and all that too. But my aunt made us uh, some lunch, and it was really good. A lot of the people from her church had brought them food, so she had a lot of like chicken and stuff already made. So she made like some dressing, and she made some beans and corn, and opened up some yams. It was almost like Thanksgiving kind of. But we all, had lunch together, and they started doing some yard work, where they were putting out some azalea bushes in the back and putting out a bunch of mulch and stuff. And so my aunt, she paid me, uh, to come and finish all that. And I think I put out like 25 bags of mulch, yesterday. So my back is pretty sore today, but I really appreciated her letting me do that. I mean, I know it was kind of for, they needed it done because my uncle couldn't do it and she can't. And she's actually having a lot of allergies. I think she has a cold actually now, but and it really helped me out a lot that she let me come and that she paid me to come and do that. And plus, I got a good lunch, something besides canned tuna, and and then she gave me a couple pieces of the chicken to bring home, and so that was really nice. And it was good to see them, and I got to see my dad and everything, and my grandmother, and just to spend a little time with them. Um, what else? Oh, work. So I haven't technically started at Emory yet. Sorry for doing that. I haven't started, and I was getting really frustrated with them, and so was other people. We're getting really frustrated with the people in human resources, or a particular person. Well, that person no longer works there, I believe, and I found that out today, and today's April the 11th, 2016. But yeah, I don't know what was going on or why everything is taking so long. But I finally got in touch with the new lady who is taking over, and she said everything is good to go. She just wants to touch base with my hiring manager to make sure, and then we'll, get going. So I'm hoping by the end of by next week, I can start actually working. I've been doing Uber driving, um, which has been okay. Not my favorite thing in the world to do, but it makes a little bit of money. So anyway, so that's that. So hopefully I should be starting that soon, which would be great. I just gotta hang in there a little bit longer. Oh, I forgot to do something. And if you have been wonderful enough to watch to this point, then you deserve to know this or reap the benefits. But I was going to do a little giveaway. And it's not much, but I have these Knitter's Pride cable needles. And there's 3 different sizes. And I don't particularly like them. I'll take one out so you can see. There's 3 sizes. There's a 4mm, a 3.25 millimeter, and a 5.5 millimeter. But let me take one out and show you. This is it. Basically like a little bitty DPN. It's a cable needle. And I don't know if you can see, but there's little ridges in it. And this is why I don't like it. It's because these ridges slow me down. But I think these will be perfect for someone who hasn't done cables before. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little giveaway. I'm going to open a thread in the CodiKnits podcast group, and it's going to say cable needles giveaway or something. Anyway, what you can do if you want to win, and if you're not, okay, so what I want you to do is, if you want these, and I want you to go to that and type in, like, if you've ever done cables, have you ever even used these kind of cable needles? I guess the gist is for someone who's never done cable product, a cable project, either a hat or on a shawl or a scarf or anything, is to encourage you to try it. It really isn't that hard. A couple, like the antler hat by Tin Can Knits, it's free, and it's really easy. Cables. What else? There's a bunch of things, and don't be scared about cables. It's really not that hard. You just do one stitch at a time, and that's how you do it. Don't be afraid of cables, especially something like the Tin Can Knits antler hat. Even some shawls like is it the Messalina that Kay has? And it has a cable. It's a shawl from the Bakery Bears, Kay Jones. It has a cable pattern down the middle. It's really not hard, and I wish I had something to show you, but it's really not as hard as you think. And once you get it and you read the instructions and watch a couple of YouTube videos, even that's how I did it. As I read it and I was like, okay, well you just type it into YouTube, like cable for front, it'll pop up and have all kinds of people showing you how to do it. I like the Very Pink Knits tutorials a whole lot because she has a cool setup overhead so you can see everything she's doing really well. It's well lit, very professional and well made. I like her stuff. So if you're interested and you think you might want to do cable project and it's going to be your first one, I recommend these for a first time cable because it grabs your yarn and your cable needle's not going to fall out of your stitches. There's a mat answer. And if you use like a metal one, which I prefer now, it has a tendency to it can slide out and you lose your stitch and then you might freak out or something. But these, since they have those little grooves, it's not going to fall off. So when you drop it in the back or drop it in the front to knit the others, you're not going to lose your stitches. And so it's a great way to learn, is what I'm going to say. So put in the thread, like, if you've never done it, what kind of things have, like, just tell me a little bit about, like, why haven't you tried cables before? What patterns are you interested in trying? What's been your experience? And I'll probably do a random number generator or something like that and pick a winner, and I'll mail these to you. And I'll probably throw in a few other little things maybe. Yeah, so let me know if you're interested. So anyway, that's that. This is going on to 45 minutes, which is about where I want to keep it under. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I need to go get some tea because my throat is itchy and kind of dry. And do a little bit more cleaning up and whatnot. And yeah, I hope you're all doing wonderful. I'm so glad to sit here and spend a little bit of time with you, and thank you for coming back and checking me out if you are a returning viewer. And I've been noticing I've been getting every week I get a couple more new subscribers, so thank you for the new subscribers. It really means a lot. All of you really do mean a whole lot to me, and I appreciate you and your encouragement and your support. And you know, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even be doing this. So yeah, thanks. I really appreciate it from here. Anyway, have a wonderful week. Probably be 2 weeks again. It just gives me enough time to actually knit stuff to show you. But yeah, I'm going to try to do a little stash flash too soon. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe next week I'll probably put that out. But anyway, gotta go and quit rambling. Hope you're all well. Have a good week. Bye. Oh, one stitch at a time. Remember, one stitch at a time. Bye.